All right, here we go. DJ Akademiks. Welcome back to Vlad TV.
What up, Vlad?
Trying to recover from last night's NBA YoungBoy show.
Yeah, Vlad, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think when I offered, I'm like, yeah, you wanna come to YoungBoy show with me?
Yeah.
And you say, yeah. I was like, all right. So remember, I was supposed to have, usually when I'm at Prudential, for like most events, like we have a suite. So I'm like, all right, cool. We could just watch from the suite. Because when I go to a YoungBoy show, it's like hands-on.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily we're just like tucked away. I mean, I could, but I look at them, they're like my family. So I'm back there, I'm meeting people, but anybody could be back there too, right? They don't really mess with too many people, but you know, also it could get a little hectic. There's a lot of young dudes back there, you know, and they're doing a lot.
And older dudes too.
No,
and we'll get into this part of the story. But before we get into that, Cardi B just had a phone call with Ice Spice's manager leaked. She actually apologized for talking about Lotto.
Yeah.
But I guess she thought she was on a private phone call, and I guess Ice Spice's manager went and leaked this, and now it's out there in the world. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out where this is from, because I guess Cardi thinks that Ice Spice dissed her on some song, but it's not really a diss, it's like a sneak diss, she thinks.
Yeah, well, usually these artists know. I mean, an artist gonna know better than you, right? So it's like, what the fans don't realize a lot of times, a lot of things are happening in the background. They even hear records before us. So sometimes we might hear something and be like, yo, you're just wilding out. I'm not saying certain times artists don't wild out, but she probably knew there might be a little jab there, a little sneak diss. And yeah, you know, Cardi, one thing I do like about her, shit, she gonna attack it directly immediately. So, hey, I'm gonna give her kudos for her not bringing it online, but she gonna handle that problem. That problem was that, and again, listen, we all humans, right? If you see certain people, like I always tell people that, yo, me and Cardi, when we first started talking, we got into it. Never, you know why we have a great relationship now? Because she could have just went online and be like, yo, this bitch ass nigga Akademiks, but she said, yo, let me go talk to you, and our conversation, no matter how it goes, let's see if we can figure it out there. And yeah, that conversation was disrespectful at first, and then it got to a respectful place. But we kept it private. So when that happens and people ain't involved, you can resolve issues. Now, once it's online, you can't resolve it. Because, yo, the fans is looking at you like, I know you're not pussy. I know you're not about to let this motherfucker say this, right? Like even this Lotto stuff. And this is what Thug was going through. Like, Thug's phone call leak. Honestly, I wish he would have just kind of stood on it a little bit more, but he was on an apology tour a little bit. Cardi said, yo, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. She a roundabout way apologized to Lotto, but it's not like, oh my God, I'm sorry. No, she said, hey, yeah, that's what I said, but I'm cool with you. Because that's what we all do as humans. I hate that the internet made the Young Thug thing seem like he was a monster for using and talking about people, or the idea of pillow talking. Like, put it like this, yo, put it like this. If I'm talking to somebody, right? Or I say somebody have a viral moment on your show. They have a viral moment on your show, and I don't know, they curse you out and kick over the table and walk out, right? That person come to my show, right? Or before they even come to my show, say I'm arguing with them, and they be like, yeah, I'm gonna do your show. And we having the same conversation. I'm like, nigga, you're not gonna do me like Vlad? That's not me dissing, right? Like, we can't take everything as a diss. Like, and these are Nicki fans, because Nicki fans are in the midst of this. They want other people to squabble Nicki's beef versus Cardi. And actually, I don't really mess with Nicki like that, but I like how she been calling out Roc Nation recently. I can't cap. But Nicki gonna have to handle her fair one with Cardi. This like third party beef, let me throw Ice Spice in the mix. Yo, Lotto, you ain't hear what she said? I seen there was captioning that Meg Thee Stallion was dissed in that. I ain't hear that. So really, she mentioned Lotto. Why is that relevant? It's an analogy. Yo, I'm not Lotto. Lotto, when they were having it back and forth, came in New York, shot up video, and then Cooler Heads Prevail.
Yeah, and they did a song together.
Yeah, Cooler Heads Prevail. Cardi is trying to say, nigga, I'll knock your head off. Like, I'm not trying to be cool with you.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not trying to be cool with you at all.
Yeah, I just want to say, from a human point of view, Cardi is full-blown pregnant right now.
Yeah,
Having these types of meltdowns could end in a damn miscarriage. okay? She's in a fragile time for a woman right now. Losing your shit.
Well, we don't know
and
when
going
this
nuclear.
audio was. Do we know?
We don't.
I
But
think she's in her soft girl era right now. She in her soft girl era.
You think?
I hope.
Yeah, because, Nicki, I guess, has been tweeting about her. Been doing some posts and deletes.
Hey, by
A,
the
B,
way-
C, D, E, F, G, surgery to look like me. Tell that rat and tell GZ, RICO fraud and perjury.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That back and forth recent is like nasty. Like, I'm glad that, respectfully, I'm glad that they're women. Because the stuff they're saying to each other, if it was dudes, you gotta see this person about it. Respectfully, if it was two rappers who talk spicy and they're saying some of the stuff, they're talking about dead babies, or I don't know if you want to call it babies, abortions. They're talking about this, you do this to your body, you're off this type of drug. Like, they're putting out some really
Oh, yeah.
crazy, your brother's a pedophile. Like,
Because
type of crazy
Cardi
stuff.
responded. She said, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Your man have to snatch pussy. Pussy tastes like honeycomb. Your bro be touching 12-year-olds.
See? That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm glad they're females, even though I'm gonna be honest with you. If you really see how all this aligns, like with the ancillary parties, I'm always surprised that nothing extra ever happened. Like, for example, again, we're not talking about whatever he was accused of, but if you know who Nicki's husband is, this is why Nicki frequently uses him like, yo, you want to see about my husband, right? He's a guy who's, supposedly a decorated, member out here. And then, shit, you know how Cardi's rocking with it. Cardi wear it on her sleeve that she a gang member. So, you know what I mean? Like, it could get messy depending on, and I'm glad it's never been that, at least from my knowledge. But when you kind of look at it like this, it could have always been collateral damage at some point, because these are two people who, they're up hundreds of millions of dollars, but they're carrying on this feud and it's been happening for years now.
I don't think that Nicki's husband is going to do anything. Honestly, I don't think he is. He is in the best position of his life, and he's not going to mess that up.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be him.
He's not going to crash out. He's not going to attach himself to a crash out, because people connect the dots. And they come back. Once those people get caught and start facing real jail time, they'll say, so-and-so put me up to it.
Vlad, let me tell you this, and I guess Crash Out ain't got no age too. Vlad, I ran into one of them niggas who was in that video that they made at Offset. Like, because I remember I was clowning in there. I was having a good time. I was like, yo, I noticing these geriatric goons like that's looking for Offset, because like when you saw them, it was like they gonna get mad at me again. I was like, these dudes probably have like knee braces and need like some Bengay after like a long night. Like, yo,
Bengay.
Yo, they were staying out of a hotel. They're like, yo, where is he at? I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So anyway, I ran into one of them at the Barclays, and you know what he said? He said, listen. He's like, listen, forget that age shit. I'm active out here. And I believe him. I really do believe him. So, man, whatever their situation is, I know to you, it might just be like, well, of course, I don't think Nicki's husband's going to do anything. But I do think somebody who's ancillary enough is like, they're down to crash out. And that's who you always got to worry about, right? Because sometimes, if it's the actual people in the moment, cooler heads could prevail. But shoot, you've seen even last night, even at YB tour, you got to separate him. But the person you got to worry about is like the other 200 YNs that's running around. They feel like they're doing his work, If somebody say something, it's a what? They can't let it go, right? So again, obviously, I think that situation, Nicki mostly stays in LA. Cardi's, she out there in Jersey. So, I'm gladfully they haven't bumped heads, but, it could get there all the time.